What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Room. This is episode number 53, our penultimate episode of season 3 in charge of Nottingham Forest. And we're coming off the back of, I'd say, a positive episode. Yes, we did go out of the Champions League quarter-final stage at the hands to Tottenham, but we did beat the North London side in the league before they knocked us out. And then we beat Chelsea at home, a side we have lost every game against in this career mode. So 6 points picked up in the league. Yes, we're out of the Champions League now, but we can just fully focus on the league. We have got an FA Cup semi-final coming up in this episode as well, but we're looking okay in the league. 6 games to go. We're sat in 9th, 48 points. These games, I mean, the huge games just keep coming. Tottenham and Chelsea were up above us in the top 6. We now face Leicester, who are 6th on 52 points, 4 points and 3 places above us. So a win today would be huge. It would claw us back into that European title, into that European battle. Obviously, Leicester, we've had some big games against them. We lost the season opener here last season against the Foxes. That was Harry Maguire's debut as captain. I think he actually got sent off. He had a bit of a stinker there. So let's hope that we can outfox the Foxes today. We're on a good run, 2 wins in the league in a row. Obviously, still without Isaac, he is going to be missing until a couple months into the new season. So we're going to be missing him for a while. But Brereton Diaz has sat in well for the Swede. We're going into the game. It would be obviously our strongest lineup. A few players, 1 yellow card away from suspension. Now we're getting to that point of the season where players do get suspended. Obviously, we don't want anyone suspended as the big games keep on rolling. And, well, 7 minutes in, Leicester would take a lead. Matthias Cunha, this guy always seems to score against us. You know, we have those players that just always seem to score against you when you play against them. You know, it's Patrick Schick for Chelsea, Matthias Cunha for Leicester. He gives the Foxes a 1-0 lead with a great finish here, it has to be said. Tyrell Awoniyi would be set through 1-on-1, but his little dink goes just over. And then the Nigerian, well, when your luck's out. He has a shot. I'll show it on the replay here. He has a shot that crashes against not only the bar, but the post as well. Bar and post, bounces back up. He then wins the header over Soyuncu, but his header goes just wide. And already I'm thinking, my word, where is our luck? When's it going to come in? Well, Sayankov would play a 1-2 with Awoniyi trying to turn provider. Sayankov then hit the bar, and I'm thinking, hey, it's not it. It's not the day. It's not the day. But you never give up. When you're in a hunt for the European places, you never give up. And Taiwo would get his goal. We see him take so many shots in this game, right? And he scores a lot of goals. He obviously has a lot saved as well, but he never gives up, Taiwo, and we love him for it. He would equalise, but the lead would not last long. Cunha with the second goal of the game, a nice curved finish. And then just a few minutes before half-time, we had the chance to make it 2-2. Sayankov forcing the Leicester keeper into a very smart save. And then actually just on the brink of half-time, Brereton Diaz turns inside the box. A beautiful turn, opens up his body, curls it towards that far corner around Soyuncu. This camera angle is just perfect for it. It goes agonisingly wide of that far post, and it just seems like a game of inches today, and they have not been on our side. Well, 2 minutes into the second half, Taiwo bags his and our second of the game, bringing us level at Desmond 2-2. A wonderful finish from the Golden Boot chaser, who is just flying away with that personal accolade this season. And then Nico Williams plays it to his namesake, the Welsh fullback, gets the byline, crosses it in. Sayankov forces a great save from the Leicester keeper, and then it's headed out. Brereton Diaz couldn't get the resulting header. We started the second half really well, pushing Leicester, obviously, after getting that equaliser, but James Maddison, against the run of play, he's now signed for Tottenham. He's no longer a Fox. He is a Spurs player. James Maddison gives Leicester a 3-2 lead. Let me know in the comments what you think of that James Maddison move, by the way. £40 million from Leicester. He's gone to Tottenham. I think it's a good signing for Spurs for sure. We're going back into our game. Martin Zubimendi will receive his marching orders, a second yellow into a red, and we are playing against 10 men for the remaining 20 minutes. And I thought we would be playing for 10 men. With 10 men for the remaining 20 minutes, because Nico Williams seemed to be the last man taken out, Cunha denying him the chance for the hat-trick. Luckily, he only picks up a yellow card. Nico Williams has been in the book so many times this season. So many yellow cards he's got, our only red card of this season as well. That was well earlier in the season against Liverpool's former club. Well, Nico Williams, the Spaniard, would get us level terms 3-3 very late on, and then he would get a chance to make it 4-3. But Leicester get in with a huge block. They go down the other end as the time ticks into injury time, and our hearts are broken. Matthias Cunha secures his hat-trick. He secures Leicester's fourth goal of the game and their 3 points. How many times, you play against 10 men and I swear the AI get better. It just doesn't make sense. AI always get better when they have 10 men. Leicester were all over us. We did get the leveller, but then they managed to grab the late goal. Cunha with his hat-trick. And it's a devastating loss at the City ground for Leicester. Cunha gets his 15th, 16th and 17th league goals of the season. Awoniyi back to us, and then obviously Williams and Maddison also on the score sheet, but it wasn't enough as we bow out to Leicester. And that is a damaging defeat, to be honest. With just 6 games to go, we were 4 points behind Leicester. We could not afford to drop. Well, a draw, I guess, wouldn't have been the worst result in the world, but a defeat hurts. We remain 9th, but we are now 7 points behind Leicester in 5th. So if we're going to catch them, it is going to be one hell of a comeback. We've only got 5 league games to go, 15 points to play for, but our attention turns to the FA Cup and Tottenham Hotspur once again. It's the 4th time we're facing this club, not this season, but this month. The 4th time we're playing this team this month. I think this is the 10th time we've played them in 3 seasons. We've beaten them once, drew with them once, and lost with them once this month. They've knocked us out of the Champions League at the quarter-final stage. They now face Man City in the semi-finals, whilst we beat them at the Lane 3-2. So, who will come out on top in this FA Cup semi-final? Well, obviously, it is a repeat of last season's FA Cup semi-final when we beat Tottenham 4-3 in extra time. We went 2-0 up. Tottenham came back to go 3-2 up, a Richarlison hat-trick. And then we made it 3-0 before Alexis Vega got us a 4-3 winner in extra time. Will history repeat ourselves? Also, apologies, by the way, the game had that mad glitch where it's super dark. I don't really know what was going on here. I just thought it was an evening game, but no, the game was super dark. Well, just a few minutes in, Brennan Johnson would be fouled by Joe Rodon and win us a penalty, and then Sayankov converts. Obviously, our usual penalty taker Taiwo Awoniyi on the bench. We heavily rotated this for this game. The FA Cup was not our priority. I was prioritising the league games over this game, and you could tell by the rotation in the team. We lead 1-0 early doors, and then Mats Hummels did have to come off. He got injured. I think Benacer, was it? He picked up a yellow card, fouling our captain. He had to be subbed off very early on. Ryan Yates going into the centre-back role, Phillips into the DM role. Well, just 15 and then 20 minutes in, Brereton Diaz will have a shot saved. The resulting corner is bobbled around before the Chilean wins the ball back and blasts it into the back of the net to give us a 2-0 lead. Well, what happened last season in the FA Cup semi-final against Tottenham? We went 2-0 up early doors. And we're 2-0 up early again. Brereton Diaz with a lovely finish, with that do not give up attitude. He wins the ball back and puts it into the back of the net. And then Tottenham are at 6s and 7s at the back. I don't know what's going on here. The keeper comes to claim a ball that he doesn't collect. They're kicking balls against each other. They're lucky that it didn't end up in 3. Well, Tottenham would then go down the other end, and we talk about fortunate bounces, and sometimes the game feeling like it's against you. Højbjerg, the ball's cut back to Højbjerg. He has a shot. It's blocked, and then just the ball just goes directly to the Danishman's head. And he nets to half our lead at 2-1. And then a couple minutes before half-time, Tottenham work a short corner, play it around. It falls to Harry Kane eventually. And the English striker makes it 2-2. And, well, is history repeating itself? Last season, FA Cup semi-final, 2-0 up against Tottenham. We then went 3-2 down. Tottenham have brought it back from 2-0 down to 2-2. Can we not let history repeat itself, boys, please? Although we did win that game, so I wouldn't mind it. Going into the second half, Calvin Phillips had a really good chance. I probably had time to bring it down. I took it first time. The ball did not test the keeper and it went straight over. And then with half an hour on the clock, Harry Kane finds Højbjerg, who gets his second of the game, Tottenham's third of the game, and for the second year in a row, they've come from 2-0 down to lead 3-2 in the semi-final against us. I'm sick of facing this team. I'm sick of it. This is the fourth time we've faced them this month. I think it's the fourth time we've faced them in 3 episodes. Ridiculous. Tottenham now lead 3-2, and then they had a really good chance here. I'm surprised Kane didn't square this to Benacer. It would have been game, set and match for Tottenham. They would have been 4-2 up. He didn't, and we're still in this semi-final. Brennan Johnson goes just wide, agonisingly wide. He curls an effort just round the far post as we look for an equaliser late on. And then 15 minutes to go, Tottenham in our half. They win the ball back, Kane crosses it in, and Leroy Sané bags Tottenham's fourth and what could be a killer blow. He scored in the second leg of the Champions League quarter-final. He scored from a cross then. He scored Tottenham's fourth today, and well, they would go on to win the game and secure their place in the FA Cup final. Last season, we went 2-0 up against Tottenham, came back, we were 3-2 down, we came back to win 4-3. We went 2-0 up today, 3-2 down, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. History would not repeat itself, and we lost 4-2. It's disappointing considering we went 2-0 up early doors to lose 4-2 and lose a place in the FA Cup final. It is a shame, but we didn't take chances at 2-0, and then we were not good defensively. So we are out of the FA Cup, and so for the remainder of the season, our focus is purely on the league. As we go into the third and final game of the episode, it is Brighton. It is my 150th game in charge of Nottingham Forest. 150 games in this save. And so there are some big ones coming up in these next couple of episodes as we see out season 3. You would have seen as well in our emails, Nico Williams is suspended. He picked up too many yellow cards and now he's suspended. Omar Richards will come in for a rare start at right back. And Mats Hummels, his injury, it was only a 5-day injury, so not too bad at all for the German. He'll miss this game, although he is normally on the bench. Anyway, as we face Brighton, who themselves, I think, are already down. They only have 17 points. 2 wins this season is crazy, but it's 2 wins more than West Brom, who are winless at the bottom. So we should win this game, but let's not expect anything. Well, early doors, I thought I took the lead. Nico Williams, the Spaniard, look at this touch, by the way. He scored a goal, it was offside, but that touch is outrageous. It deserved a goal. It wasn't to be, it was ruled out for offside, but 17 minutes in, we would take the lead through you-know-who, Taiwo Awoniyi, chasing the golden boot. He wants a pair of golden boots. That's his 29th goal in 34 league games this season. Incredible from the Nigerian. I've said it before and I'll say it again. He is going to be hard to hold on to this summer if we don't secure Champions League football, which is looking very unlikely. 5 minutes into the second half, Taiwo looked to grab his and our second goal of the game, but for a very good save from Rushworth, but the Brighton keeper could not keep out Taiwo for long. On the 60-minute mark, he would make it 2-0 for the Forest. And then Taiwo would turn provider, a lovely ball over to Brennan Johnson, who had just come on, chests it down, and the Welshman seals the game 3-0. Great first touch and half volley here. Lovely goal. Taiwo 2 goals and an assist. Great evening for the Nigerian. And then later on, Nico Williams would get another assist as well, winning an unlikely header down to Talisca, who would seal the game with a cherry on top. We'd make it 4-0 with a nice half volley drilled into the far corner, and that would be it. A good response from a couple of difficult games, a loss at home to Leicester in the league, and then a loss at the FA Cup semi-final to Tottenham. We do return to winning ways in the league, and it rounds off the episode well. It gives us, I guess, good momentum to go into the last episode of the season. Next episode, episode 54, will be the season finale. There will be 4 games. We have 4 games left to try and secure some sort of European football. We're sat in 8th, 51 points. We're 5 points off 5th, 8 points off 4th. So let's see what we can do. But that will be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it, drop it a like. If you're enjoying the series, don't forget to sub to the channel as well. I'll see you in the final episode of season 3 very soon.